Hey, what's up and welcome. It's Matthew here, the designer and developer from South Africa. Let's continue with our React Hook form series. So this is a nice form that we have, but unfortunately it's not performant. The styling is great. We didn't create this. We've just asked ChatGPT to do it for us and it has done a phenomenal job. Okay. So now what we want to do, we want to integrate React Hook form here to see all the weaknesses that we have highlighted on the previous session. So let's jump straight into the code. Okay, this is a bit longer. Okay, cool. The first thing that we want to do, let's check the documentation so that we can follow exactly the documentation. Let's check where it's get started. Let's see. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, as you can see, the first thing we need to install React Hook form. So we need to copy this. And then from there, we go to Visual Studio Code. Okay, go to this terminal. Since this one it's loading, it's live, let's create another terminal here and paste this one. As you can see, we are installing React Hook forms. Okay, a React Hook form, and then the package has been installed, I believe. Let's just click save here. Okay, let's follow the documentation. Okay, demonstration of the basic usage example. Okay, let's see. So here they are only the use form and the submit handler. Okay, not a problem. Register, basic example, input, and okay. If we can follow this as is, there's a lot that we can miss. Okay, not necessarily this is wrong, but I was hoping it's going to help me to guide me in presentation, but it's too I'm not sure. It's not going to help me. I'm not going to explain in details. Okay, so let me do it my own way. Okay, let me not take this as a guidance or structure. Okay, because I want to explain a lot of things. So let's go back here, guys. Okay, let's go back here. So the first thing that we need to do, okay, what I'm going to do, I am going to import things as I need them. Okay, because I'm going to explain. Okay, so now what I want to do, the first thing you need to know about React Hook form. Okay, there is a hook that is very important. Okay, there is an important hook which is the use form hook. Okay, so what I usually do, since I have not memorized the imports and end from where, okay, what I usually do, I will just do this. Okay, I will to type here const. I want to use the use form hook const. Okay, I know in the use form I really want a register. I know that, and then I'm going to type here is equal to use form. Okay, I'm going to rely on use form. Okay, as you can see from React Hook form, I'm going to rely on Visual Studio Code to help me with the auto import. Okay, so after I did this, check here what it has done. Okay, import use form from React Hook form. Okay, maybe when I might type this wrong and okay, so the reason why I'm doing this way, I'm avoiding that. Okay, so now let's get into best practices. Okay, this is something that you have to religiously adhere to. It will help you in your own React career. Okay, I have taken it light. Obviously, when you watch a lot of tutorials, you know, we quickly do things, but this is very important. Okay, it's very important that your hooks, okay, they are always at the top. Okay, as a rule of thumb, if they could be right after your component or your function definition, okay, your method definition here, that will help you. Okay, if you put hooks conditionally inside if statements, if you put hooks inside these method which are not your main components, you're going to face a lot of re-renderings and unnecessary errors. Okay, so that's why I'm saying I'm going to put this here. Okay, so this use form, okay, it has got a lot of method. Think of it like a toolbox. Okay, it has got a lot of method. The first tool that we are taking out of this form, it's register. Okay, this is register. Okay, so what else are we going to do from here? I think that is all for now. Okay, we are just only going to take the register. Okay, so what we need to do here, we need to register all of our inputs. Okay, I will deactivate code as I go. Okay, the code that I'm not going to use, I will deactivate it, like I will comment it as I go. Okay, so the first thing that we need to know, we need to understand, how does the register work? Okay, this register, okay, we will help us to some sort of register all the inputs. It's like when you get into the government place or building, there will always be a reception, or in any company there's always that person standing there to help you with navigating the whole building, or sending you to proper departments. Okay, so my apologies about that. So treat this register as the receptionist. Okay, so meaning that it will help us to some sort of register our own input. Okay, everything starts here. In order for React Hook form to be aware of our own input, we need to register them. Okay, they must form part of the list. Okay, so maybe a receptionist, they've got a list of offices and who's there and their telephone extension or numbers. So if you're asking for Mr. Matthew, the CEO of whatever big successful application, let's say, okay, they will have to look in that list, and they will have to look for my corresponding cell phone number and whatever, if that's the case. So now we need to get all our inputs into that register, reception register. I hope that one is clear. Okay, so let me show you how do you do that. So how you do it, you go to your input. Okay, you go to your input. Okay, this is the input. Yes. Okay, what you do, okay, you don't need this. Okay, this one, I'm sure you don't need it. Okay, how are we going to substitute it? What we do, we open a code block, we spread. Okay, we spread register. Okay, so spreading register simply means that, okay, this register as a function, it's a function, I'm supposed to call it like this, and I'm supposed to pass the name. Okay, sorry, now I've made a mistake. I'm just typing name here, of which that's not the case. So let's say the name of this component, I'm just going to copy it from this ID. It's going to be username. Okay, in the entire application is going to be known or registered as username. The same thing that we did here, that's why I deleted that name. Okay, so what this register does, okay, um it returns back some sort of an object. Okay, that's why we can destructure it. Okay, excuse me about that, it returns an object. So what we can do to get more understanding, excuse me, maybe I will need to have a glass of water. Okay, I've got hiccups, but let's see how far it goes. Okay, and then we will see. I will pause the video and get some water. Okay, so now the first thing that we are going to do, okay, this returns some sort of an object. That's why we are destructuring it. This object, what it does, it creates for us this. Okay, remember here I deleted name, something like this. Okay, let's say username, I deleted this. Okay, it was here before. Name is supposed to not more than once. Okay, let me just. Okay, so I deleted this name. Pretend as if this is a name here. I deleted this name. So this function will take this label, okay, and in return, automatically it will give us that name equal to, and it will use this. Okay, obviously that won't be easy to understand and grasp. Okay, so now let's get into practicality. Okay, this is very important to understand what this register does behind the hood, okay, or under the hood. In fact, everything, guys. Okay, everything. That's all I'm about. Okay, I don't code too much, as you might have noticed. I talk too much. That's what I specialized in. Maybe I was supposed to be a um, radio personality or presenter. I don't know. Okay, so let's continue. The reason why I'm doing that, I want to give you understanding. Okay, this channel is for about understanding, not get things done, because you might get things done but in a wrong way. Okay, so I want you to understand, to get things right the first time, every time. I hope that's enough. So I want to console log, okay, register. Okay, now I'm logging register. Okay, so on which line am I logging register? On line number 24. So now I want us to go inside this and check what's in there. Okay, and why this register we need to spread it on inputs. Okay, if you understand it that way, you won't forget it, believe me. React hook form will feel like a second nature going forward. Okay, let's come here, make sure that this is refreshing. Okay, now let's get check on the console log on logging on line 24. Okay, let's see, looks like there is a lot here. Okay, as you can see, this has been logged by line 24. Cool, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, let's see, use form at line 24. Okay, there is name, there is option, whatever. Let's see. Okay, remember the name that we talked about, the one that I deleted. Here is it. Okay, but I want a better representation of it. Okay, a better representation of it. As you can see, guys, now inside that register we've also got some required. Okay, that means we can validate. Remember here we were saving empty input. Okay, the reason why this is here, it's simple because we can validate also. Okay, now this is the interesting part. Okay, check here, there is name here, the one that I've deleted. There is on change, meaning that this guy has got an event. Okay, it also attaches the event to when I'm registering an input as register. I also attach name and event to it. Okay, there is also another event which is on blur, and also there is ref. Okay, don't mind much about that one. So the only things that I wanted to show you specifically for now where we are is that the register will return back the name, the on change, and the on blur, as you can see, guys. So I think now you are going to understand what register does. Okay, so for now think of those three things. Okay, and then let's go back to the code. Okay, let's go back to the input. Remember I deleted the name here. Okay, so when this guy returns those on change, it returns them like this. Okay, so meaning that if we've got now on change here, we also have it here. Okay, that means we are some sort of, what can I say, we are using it twice. The reason why I deleted that name, it's simply because I will get it from this register. Okay, let me try to demonstrate this the other way. Okay, so that it can be clear for you. Register apologies about that. Register dot, let's see what we will have. I was hoping dot name, here is the name. Okay, here is the name. So as you can see, this register, okay, this register has got these things. So meaning that there is something else that we need to delete here. This on change, we don't need it. As you can see, this is the convenience of React hook form because it will supply it here. What else do we need to do? The value now. Okay, also we don't need this value. Okay, we don't need this. React hook form will handle that. So what do you notice? Number one, I'm making the code shorter. Okay, the code is decreasing in terms of size. Okay, that's what we want, guys. Okay, we want to achieve more with less. Okay, in terms of the ID, I don't think I really need an ID. Okay, I don't need to identify this. Okay, I really don't need to identify it. Okay, I really don't need. Now let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we've deleted this input. Now it's only how many lines? It's only 1 2 3 4. It's only 4 lines. If we want, we can make this 1 line if we want. Okay, but that's a story for another day. Okay, cool. So what do we have to do then? Meaning that this input now is being governed. I don't want to use the word controlled, okay? Because as we continue in the series, React Hook Form has got some controlled inputs. Okay, so I don't want to use confusing words and then I have to explain myself. More, it's going to be difficult for me, guys. English is not my mother tongue. Imagine. So if now I find put myself in a corner where I have to use sophisticated, bombastic words trying to explain myself, it's going to be difficult for Matthew. Okay, now let's continue. So what we just did, this input now it's governed by what? By React Hook Form. Okay. Okay, cool. And then what we want to do, we want to some sort of register all the inputs. Okay. What is important in this stage? Number one, make sure that you take note of this username. Okay, because it's the name that React Hook Form will use. You will see as we continue how and why. So now I think we get into the copy and paste. The fun part for other learners or student or developers, okay, something that I really not love to hate. Okay, it's I've got mixed emotion. The reason why I'm saying I love to hate it. Number one, when I'm doing something and you are following along and you copy and paste or you type as I type, your mind is asleep, if I can be honest, and it will think that it understands. And unfortunately, that's not the case. Your mind will start to understand things once you face an error when you are coding. And then your mind will start to work and understand how things work. Okay. So let's copy and paste. So obviously, when we're copying and pasting, we're just going to come here. We are going to delete these two. We are going to delete these two, these three, or these four. Why? Because we've got them here. What else do we need to change? We just need to name this email. Okay, as you can see, guys, why are we deleting those and why are we doing this? Simply because the on change that was here, this register will supply it. The name that was here, this register will supply it. So as you can see, now go back again. This one is password. Let's go to password ID. I don't need it. Replace it with register, and then I will type here password. Okay, I don't need on change and value because this register will handle that. I think, guys, I am explaining this in plain English. Okay, in plain English. But in case you might not understand it, please shoot a comment below. I will dive deep. Okay, I will dive deep and explain in detail. So we have used a hook, okay, which will supply us, this is destructuring, which will supply us with a register, and the register is helping us, okay, to take people's jobs. Okay, now these name and on changes that were here, they were employed. Now we've just came with the register and the register is chowing those jobs. Okay, cheap labor. Okay, think of it that way. So register is taking over. It's efficient, it's smart, it's young blood, it's fresh, coming out of varsity, and it's taking the jobs. Okay, I think that's plain English. So we have managed to register these guys. Okay, but we don't have an evidence. Okay, we don't have a proof. Okay, we don't have proof when it comes to this guy, okay, which is ChatGPT. We had a solid proof that it will save these here. Okay, we had that, but for us we don't have that solid proof. Okay, so now we need to prove that we have got this thing. Okay, let me comment this because I'm not going to use it. Obviously, somewhere it will complain. Let's see. I'm not going to use that. Okay, here, this is me. I'm console logging register. I don't want that. Okay, as you can see, also we've got this handle change. I don't need it now. Okay. Handle on submit. I don't need it now. Okay. Can you see, guys, the importance or the power of React Hook Form? Okay, as you can see, I don't need these. Okay, I think I might as well delete them. Okay, you know, sometimes we get attached in life to things that are not adding value to us. Okay, so if there's something that doesn't add value to you, just do this. Okay, boom, delete it, cut it off, guys. Okay, cool. And then in the actual form, on submit, okay, we need to create our own form here. Okay, let's introduce something else. Remember we said this is some sort of a tool bag, this use form. Okay, this is a tool bag. Okay, a tool, you can get it. Let me say this is a tool bag. Okay, cool. Where does the tool bag stay? Okay, I would like to assume, even though maybe even me, I don't have a garage, and but let's say, let's act as if you've got the garage. You are a millionaire now. Okay, let's think positive. Okay, let's attract good things to our lives. Let's say you are a millionaire. You've got a garage in your house, and it's a double store house and with many floors. And when you go into a second floor, you use an elevator. Okay, let's think of it that way. Okay, cool. So you store your tool bag in a garage. So a garage, it's more like a bigger storehouse. There is more in the garage, more tools. Okay, tools that don't fit inside a tool bag. Is this a tool bag or a toolbox? My apologies, guys. Sometimes I pretend as if I'm a technical guy, whereas I don't. Okay, I know nothing about screwdrivers and other things and pliers and hammers. That's not me, so please forgive me my illustration. Okay, this is a toolbox. Okay, so a toolbox stays in a garage. So use form, it's a toolbox. Out of that toolbox, we got a spanner. The name of the spanner, it's register. Makes sense, right? Yes. However, what I want to introduce to you is there is something more than a toolbox. These things are coming from the garage. So sometimes we need things from the garage. Okay, things that will serve a different purpose. So let's go to the garage. Boom. Okay, here on this garage, we want a type. Okay, this guy, ChatGPT, they've got a type form data. Okay, it's some sort of let's say a variable that illustrates, okay, the shape of the data, the nature of that data. We also don't need it. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep a friend around that doesn't add value to us? In fact, he's taking value and draining our energy. He doesn't believe in us. He always say we are going to fail. No, we're not going to do that. If you've got that friend, delete it. Okay, delete him or her. So now, guys, we want to go to the garage. The reason why we are going to the garage, it's simply because we want a tool that doesn't fit in a toolbox. In fact, this toolbox has got a name. It's use form. So it has got all the tools that you're going to use in a form. Okay, these tools register has got something to do with a form. Okay, the tool that we are going to get from the garage, it has got nothing to do with the form. That's why it's not inside this toolbox. It has got nothing to do with the form. Okay, so it's very important in this stage to understand, what do I get from the garage and what do I get from the toolbox? It's very important so that you cannot import things from wrong places. Okay, so this is a tool that I get from the garage to shape data or to some sort of govern the shape of a data. So it's a type necessarily. Okay, so shaping data has got nothing to do with the form. It might assist the form, but directly, it has got nothing to do with the form. So I want a type which is a submit handler. Okay, submit handler, this one. Okay, this is a type. Okay, you don't execute this. Let me show you this. Don't think you can do this. You don't execute it. Okay, submit handle only refers to a type. Okay, this is more like a shape, a drawing. Okay, a picture. So you can't talk to it. Okay, I'm trying to talk to it, to interact with it. It's telling me that I can't talk to you. Okay, I hope you understand that. So what are we going to use this submit handler for? We are going to use this submit handler because now we want a proof that this data has been registered. So how can we have a proof? First of all, we need to create a function. We need to create a function, which is we're going to name it on submit. Okay, on submit. Is the right spelling? On submit. I think so. Okay. If I've missed it, guys, please understand. Okay. Const on submit. This is a function. And that's it. Okay. This is just a function. Okay. Cool. Now let's go to this on submit. The other bad thing to do in coding is to give the same name to different functions. Okay. It's as you can see, we've got on submit here and we've got our own on submit. Something is wrong, guys. Let's improve. Okay. Handle form data. What does this function do? It handles form data. This is much better. Let's pat ourselves at the back. Congratulations to us. Okay, we're becoming better developers. Now let's continue, guys. So um this function will handle the data. Okay, so where are you going to get the data? That's a story for another time. Okay, but it's going to be soon. It's not like I'm going to take 2 days to explain it to you. Let's just quickly do something here. So what do I want to do? Let's see. Suppose we take this now. What can I say? I ran out of syntax. Okay. I ran out of syntax. Don't worry, I will what can I say, dig myself out of, let me call this amnesia. It might be the wrong word, guys. Okay, English not my mother tongue, but you understand that I'm trying to say I completely forgot. Okay, not a problem. So what I want to do traditionally, okay, we will do this. Okay, traditionally we will take this form, okay, this event, and put it here. We will put this event as is. Okay. But we are not going to do that. Okay, we are not going to do that. I think now that we've got the type, okay, now that we've got the type, okay, we need let's use the type first before I confuse you. Okay, let's use the type. What are we going to type here? I think this is the function that we need to type. Okay, this function is of submit handler. Okay, is of this. Okay, it's of this function. Okay, as a result, if it's of that, it's supposed to, when we are defining it, it receives data. Now I am convinced that as much as I got amnesia and I lost myself somehow, because I specialize in understanding things, not memorizing things. If I am lost as to where am I going to use this submit handler, I am able to dig myself out of, I'm not sure, Norma, into or out of amnesia. My English now is becoming bad, but I hope you get the essence of what I'm trying to say. Okay. Okay, cool. So because of this is a type, okay, and it's telling me that this function handles submit, okay, it's supposed to receive data. It's supposed to, based on when we are typing it, okay, because as you can see, based on how I have named it, what it does, it handles submit, okay, or it handles form data. Okay, here it's being named as a submit handler. That's what it's going to do, but it has to receive data. Okay, so let's first use this. Okay, let's first use this. I need to type this. How am I going to type it? Let me just do this first. Generic type submit handler is expecting some arguments. Cool, not a problem. Okay, this is a generic type. It's sorry about that. Let's just open and close this. Okay, it's expecting a type just to run away from TypeScript. This is wrong. Okay, but I just want to remove the error to check if is my logic and my thinking correct. Okay, I think in this approach, this is where a technique that I usually use to take things step by step. This is expecting a type here. It's wrong to say this is a string. It's wrong, okay, because it cannot be a string. But the reason why I'm putting a string here, I want to know, is this a type which I'm supposed to put here? I will put the right one later, but it's very important for me to understand things, okay? If I would have been somebody else, Yelena, or this is what I was going to do. Where is the docs? Come to the docs, import these, okay? Why are you importing them? Well, the documentation says so. And then from then, I will check where am I using hook form. Where is it? I think here, okay? Here, I will destructure a lot of things that I really don't know much about. Okay, I don't really know much what we do. And then from then I will have the on submit. Okay, as you can see here is the submit handler. Okay, now you know that there is a type here. We'll do this later. This on submit handler, it handles this. Okay, but you you were just going to type it because it's you are following the documentation. Guys, I don't want to lie. I don't like that. Okay, I don't like to follow. When you start just for learning, okay, I don't have a problem with that. Follow through. Okay, but go back and ask yourself why, why, why. That's where you will learn. That's where you won't need the documentation to continue. Okay. As I am trying, as you can see, I am trying to do that. Okay. Now let's continue, guys. Let's go back to the code. Okay, I hope you are learning, guys. If you are learning, please, guys, do me a favor. I've got another channel which is Coded UI. I can help you to design awesome user interfaces, as you can see, guys. Okay, please come and support this channel. Yeah, it's not monetized yet, and through your support it will be monetized. I think it's halfway there. Okay, and it's growing, guys, as compared to the one that you are watching. The one that you are watching took almost like 3 years to get monetized, or 2.5. Okay, this one, it's very close to there, so I need your support. You can also go and support us. Search Matthew Msingati on Udemy and check our React course. Okay, guys, there is a lot you can learn from here for free. Okay, I've put a lot of content on the preview section. 70% of this course is for free. Okay. Also, if you might want to contact me, I've got some students in different parts of the world that I am coaching and mentoring and helping. We are all growing as a community. You can come here and click a discovery call, which is for free. We can see what we can do. Maybe since I'm a designer and a developer, I can code your future, maybe, and design your career. How nice. Okay, enough about that. Let's go back to the meta at hand. Okay, so as you can see, guys, now I know that I'm supposed to put a type here. Okay, now let's get into TypeScript. Okay, TypeScript is the one, it's some sort of a glue, okay, between all the pieces of React hook form. Let me just confirm something. Are we live? Okay, cool. Because sometimes I forget and then talk and talk and talk and realize that I didn't press record. So TypeScript, it's a glue that binds all the pieces of the React hook form, okay, in a way that there must be synchronicity. Okay, so where does the synchronicity starts? Excuse me. It starts on the shape of the form. Okay, this is the shape of the form, not a string, but the shape of the form. Okay, let's do that. Let's type is this type? No. Okay, form shape. Okay, form shape. Let's see. Okay, what's the shape of this form? Now, this is the synchronicity. It's very important here. The dots needs to connect and they must connect perfectly. Okay, don't worry. If they don't connect perfectly, there will be an error. Okay, it's like when you on top of the house, on top of the roof, and you are fixing something, an antenna or whatever, and if by accident you have fallen, don't mind, you won't fall forever. okay, the ground will catch you. Okay, so in case you have mismanaged the synchronicity, the types, and everything, the error will be displayed and you will fix it from there. It will give you some clues on how to go about it. Okay, so this is the first thing that you must make sure you stick to. The first input, its username. It's very important that this name relates to this one. As soon as you miss this, now you are starting to be in bad terms with TypeScript and React Hook form. So this is going to be a string, right? As you can see, comma, let's go back. The other one, it's an email. Okay, an email, nature of that data, it's a string. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, you see, errors are interesting. Then password, what's the nature of that? A string. In case you thought you don't know TypeScript, this is the beginning. Voila. Okay, Matthew is the magician. Okay, so this shape, we need to submit it here. Okay, this is a generic. Why are we doing that? Let me show you. I'm going to receive, remember I said, where is my submit handler now? Okay, it's expecting data. Okay, check here. So when I'm putting data here, it doesn't complain. But what if I remove this? TypeScript will tell you that we don't know the type of data and whatever. So that means when I put this, for some reason, TypeScript knows the type of data. How useful is that? Check here. Remember, this we will be receiving it from a form. I will connect this to the form now. Okay. So check here, guys. This is what I can do based on this form shape. If I want to, I can type data dot. Wow, look at what TypeScript is doing. Data dot password. How does TypeScript knows that? The shape of your data. Okay. So please, guys, make sure that you stick to synchronicity. Things must synchronize. Okay. Now, I think I have managed to use a different tool from the garage, which is this one. Okay, it's not part of the toolbox, it's a different one. It's meant for typing. Okay, we did that and we've managed to create a shape for ourselves and we've used it. And now our handle form data method is ready. Okay, but now we've got an error here. At first it was working, but it looks like now it's not working. Okay, let's see what might be the reason why it was working. As you can see, okay, if this is just a normal function, if it's a normal function, it works. But as soon as we type it, all of a sudden, meaning that the problem is here. Errors are your friend. Okay, just like what James Allen says, circumstances don't make up a man, they reveal him to himself. Okay, errors, they are just like a mirror, they are revealing you to yourself. Specifically, as much as we don't like it as developers, they reveal how less do you know. Okay, they are telling you that you don't know about this, pay attention to it. Okay, so let's see on submit. What do I want to do on submit? I want to submit, I want to use this, I want this guy to catch the data that will be coming from this event. Okay, but it looks like I'm doing it the wrong way. Okay, cool. Now we need another tool. Okay, we need another tool. This tool, it's a submit handler. Okay, sorry, my apologies. My apologies. It's not a submit handler. A submit handler, it's a type. Okay. The other thing that I use when I'm confused about names and whatever. Okay. I don't go to the documentation. No. I just come here in this toolbox and check what can I get that can help me to handle. Here is it. There is a function which is handle submit. Okay. As you can see, guys, this is how I manage to some sort of be able to continue without heavily relying on the documentation, more especially when it's almost 3 months or at least for some time. When you are starting, rely on the documentation, but try to stand on your own. Start by crawling, crawling, walking, walking, and soon you will be running. So I think I am starting to crawl now. Okay, that's a stage where I am. So there is a handle submit here. Okay, it looks like it's a function. Okay, and it belongs here. Okay, where do I get this function? From the garage or from the toolbox? I get it from the toolbox. Why? Because it has got something to do with the form directly. It's a method, okay, that will help me directly with the form. That's why I'm taking it from this toolbox. So let's put it here. Okay, this form now, as you can see, now there's no error here, so that means we're getting there. So now I need to execute this, but it looks like it's expecting something, and whatever that is expecting, its type is of submit handler. Then this guy is of type submit handler. Let's put him in there as a dependency, and we've got some errors. Okay, and we've got some errors. I didn't expect this. I was hoping that from here I'm going to sing kumbaya, but it looks like I am not. Okay, cool. Let's see. Errors will tell you what you don't know now. Okay, submit handler of form type is not assignable to a parameter of type submit handler field values. Hmm. This is interesting. Okay. All of this shape, all of this shape, it's field values. Okay. It's field values. Let's see. Handle submit. Can't I give you a type so that I can tell you handle submit is not a generic, it doesn't take a type. um on valid submit handler, let's see. I don't think I don't have to execute this, it doesn't make sense. Okay, let's now, I'm back to our usual problem. Okay, and that problem is amnesia. I forgot something. Okay, cool. Let me talk myself or dig myself out of this confusion. Okay. First of all, let me cheat. Cheating is putting something that you know is not supposed to be there, but to test. Okay. This guy is expecting field values. Okay. Basically, what happens here is this guy has got a type. Okay, of this shape, but it looks like our submit handler doesn't know much about the shape. Okay, it knows that whatever shape it's going to be here, it's of field values. It makes sense, guys. These are our field input, whatever name, and this shape is of that. Okay, but these two guys, this one, this function, and this one, they are not in sync. Remember, I said connect the dots. Okay, cool. So now I'm just going to, I'm testing. Okay, this is, let's call this method fiddling. Okay, you are just trying to see what happened, as you can see, guys. So now I've got this field values. Okay, this is a type again. Okay, and this type, if you can click here and press control and press space, you can see you can get this type from react hook form. Okay, you can get this type from react hook form. Somebody might feel like, but Matthew, you have won, you have solved the problem. Okay, that means now there are no errors. Okay, not really, if I can be honest. Remember, I'm cheating here, I'm testing. Okay, what I want to test is that this guy and the way this guy has been typed, the way this guy has been typed, this guy is expecting field values. Okay, a shape of field values. Okay, cool, based according to react hook form. Okay, now what I'm doing, I am putting some sort of a shape here. It's still of field values, but now it looks like this guy is not aware of this shape. Okay, he's not aware. they are not in sync. Okay, remember I told you, make sure everything is in sync. This package has been designed in such a way that I can say TypeScript is important. Okay, because your type of data, the shape of data, the handle submit receives that shape of data. Okay, obviously this is wrong. It receives that shape of data. The submit handler, it submits that type of data. Excuse me. Okay, this submits that type of data. So as you can see, your shape needs to align. So now remember, our intention was to validate, can we receive the data? Remember, console log, can we receive this data? Okay, can we receive it? Can we see it? Okay, is this right? No. The right way of going about it is to put this here. Sorry about that. Is to put this form shape. Okay, is to put this form shape, which this one is going to complain. We will deal with this one. Okay, we will deal with this one soon. The right way is to put this one here, but the reason why I'm putting this one here, number one, I want to stick to our North Star, and our North Star is, can we receive the data? Okay, well, our typing is somewhat off the charts or whatever. I don't mind about that, and please take a note that this is not the right way of doing it. Okay, when you are trying to solve a problem, it's important to check your train. Is it on track? Okay, you can go off track, that's not much of a problem, but don't go off track before and forget about what you were trying to do. Okay, so I think now you understand what I'm trying to say. We will come back to this one. I don't think we need to make a note on this. Okay, we will come back to this one. TypeScript wants synchronicity in terms of types. Now let's go back and test, guys. Okay, where is our code? Nope, this is not what I want. Let's go back and test. Okay, now we are using React hook form. I don't think I am consoling the register here, so suppose there's nothing, as you can see. So we've got this, and we've got this, and we've got this. If we are pressing here, are we able to console log the data here, just like the same way it was happening? Okay, and now it's going to be better because we are using React hook form. Let's see. Okay, now it looks like there is some sort of validation that is included. Remember, I didn't do it. So, excuse me, if it works, it must be because of we are using React hook form. Okay, as you can see, guys, these are the benefits. This is an email. Let me just copy this and paste it here. Here, I can just put the name Matthew. Okay, let's enter. Now, validation is starting to kick in. Okay, voila, check here, guys. We've got the data. We've got the email, we've got the password, and we've got the username. Everything is working just fine, working perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do to wrap up the tutorial, I'm just going to reference the documentation to see in terms of types what we might have missed. Okay, based on my knowledge and how I know this React hook form library, suppose we don't have an error there on our code. Okay, this is on submit. You use handle submit and you pass this on submit. This on submit, it's this submit handler. Okay, it's this function and its own type. It's a generic type. It takes this, as you can see, this is the type, and then from there you can do whatever you want. Okay, so there is no really what can I say, suppose we don't really have an issue, but I think of something. Okay, I'm thinking of something. Check here, guys. Okay, I'm thinking of something. Okay, If we are using the use form hook, let's go back here. Okay, let's go back here. You are supposed to receive this shape of data. This shape of data. Let's forget about this for a moment. If we are using a use form hook, okay, a use form hook, it's a generic type, meaning that it's also expecting to receive a type if you give it. So what we need to do, we can take this type and put it on top of here, and then from there we need to tell this form that you are of this type. Okay, synchronicity. Okay, now this form knows that I am of this shape. It governs the submit handler needs to be of that shape. It governs the handle submit needs to be of that shape, as you can see, guys. And that is it. I think you've already subscribed now. I am Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer from South Africa. I specialized in explaining complex concepts. So that means I talk too much. So I'm hoping you are learning something. As you can see now where we are, let's quickly do a demo. Okay, let's quickly do a demo. Let's see. In case you might want this source code, I have not uploaded it yet, but when I'm done, maybe you might watch this tutorial while I'm still busy with it, so the source code might not be there. But if you check the link in the description, there is a source code. That's a link to my Substack, to my mailing list. What I usually do, I put all my source code there. When you subscribe to that, whenever I've got a source code, I will always put it there and you will be updated, okay, about it. So when you subscribe to my mailing list, you will receive this source code. When I'm done with it, with the series, it will be under the name React Hook Form course or source code, but you will see it there in case you want it. So let's just quickly do a test, guys. Okay, test for the last time. Can I get a proper email? Yes. Okay, password. As you can see, we have just accomplished the same thing, but now it's more shorter. The code is shorter. Let's just see what type, what improvement have we done. Where is format? Okay, I think we've just removed plus minus 20 lines because we were sitting at 80 before. Now we are sitting at 63. Okay, and now there is TypeScript here, something which was not there before in terms of the form. And also things are easy. This is scalable. I'm Matthew Msengati. Please, guys, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to help me in this channel if you want to learn user interface design. See you on the next one.